The Oakland Coliseum is celebrating its 50th anniversary in 2018. It's the fifth oldest ballpark in MLB. This franchise has a rich tradition from the great teams of the early 70s, 3 straight world championships, to the early 80s and the excitement of Billy Ball. And no one will forget baseball's greatest base stealer, Rickey Henderson, and one of the true legends out of the bullpen, Dennis Eckersley. Talking about tradition, the Oakland A's and the Redwood Empire Baseball League now celebrates the 10th annual A Day at the Coliseum. 3 games, 1 day, and it's all coming up next on apnvideo.com. This is a live shot of the Oakland Coliseum celebrating its 50th anniversary here in 2018, and today it celebrates the 10th annual A Day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League. And today's game is brought to you by apnvideo.com. I'm Jeff Lowry. So glad you could join us. Getting a look at the Mets. They represent the visitor side. They're led by manager Dave Williams. Both these teams a very talented crew, and we're hoping to have a great game here. It's the first of 3 games for this one-day event from the Oakland Coliseum. And a special thanks to Kent Lewis and the Oakland Athletics for letting this happen. Our public address announcer today will be Dave Williams, and we'll have the starting lineups momentarily as the Mets are all smiles and excited to be playing at the home of the Oakland A's. On the other side, the Mets, led by head coach and manager Bobby Salentis, who we'll be talking to momentarily. Tony Corkill, he's been in this game many years, out of Santa Rosa, California. There's Cody Brannon. As they take their final warm-up tosses, Calvin Arterberry, who will get the start here today, and of course the support of the bat crew. It should be a great game here in the 10th annual, as J.J. Merrick is set to go for the Redwood Empire Baseball League's A Day at the Coliseum. Brian Miller, one of the talented players. So when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, the ceremonial first pitch, and all the exciting play-by-play action. Well, traffic's still heavy on this Wednesday morning. You're watching A Day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League and APN Sports. Okay, Jeff Lowry down here on the field here at Oakland Coliseum. It's A Day at the Coliseum, and Bobby Salentis joins us now. And Bobby, you've been coming here since 2011, and what has this experience been like for you?
Well, you know, I grew up in Oakland before I moved up to Santa Rosa, and I was a season ticket holder for 6 years before moving up to Santa Rosa. This place is basically like a second home to me. I spent a lot of my youth growing up in this Coliseum, and to be able to play on this field is the next best thing to being a pro and doing it for the big leagues.
Now, obviously, you're a catcher. Did you have an Oakland A catcher growing up that you kind of idolized?
You know, as far as catchers go, Steinbach is obviously one of the best. I like Kendall a lot when he was here, but my #1 favorite player of all time is Rickey Henderson, the man that we named this field after because of the community Oakland history that he has, and growing up in Oakland and being a member of this city and growing up to be a Hall of Famer in this stadium has meant a lot to this franchise.
Well, he's the all-time stolen base leader and runs scored. Saw him up there in the concourse, and he really electrified this stadium for many years, and we hope you guys do this morning here from the Coliseum. Good luck and have some fun out there.
Thank you. Yes, we were due for a win. We have not yet won. All the years we've been coming here, we've tied, I think, twice, but we haven't won yet, so we're hoping to succeed with that today.
Okay, Bobby Salentis will have more from the Coliseum in just a moment.
The starting lineup for the visiting Mets, managed by Josh Wendler. Leading off, center fielder, #0, Dane Goodman. Batting second, left fielder, number 34, Josh Wendler. Batting third, designated hitter, number 55, Angelo Mandibles. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 21, Patrick Finney. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 25, Zach Mandibles. Batting sixth, second baseman, number 22, Chris Fantasia. Batting seventh, designated hitter, number 5, Ben Goodhue. Batting eighth, catcher, number 16, Travis Schaefer. Batting ninth, shortstop, number 40, David Pearson. Batting 10th, pitcher, number 9, Kurt Anderson.
Raise your hand, Kurt.
Batting 11th, designated hitter, number 10, Nick Rodkin. Batting 12th, right fielder, number 19, Tyler Bussey. Batting 13th, designated hitter, number 52, Stephen Hoppy. Salentis. Leading off, third baseman, number 2, Justin Panacchia. Batting second, designated hitter, number 11, Nick Robertson. Batting third, center fielder, number 7, Ryan Peterson. Batting fourth, shortstop, number 99, Albert Higgs. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 24, Ryan Miller. Batting sixth, second baseman, number 12, Tony Corkill. Batting seventh, catcher, number 33, Bobby Salentis. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 10, Sean Mayall. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 88, Cody Brannon.
Let's go, boys.
Batting 10th, pitcher, number 15, Ricky Clark. Batting 11th, designated hitter, number 41, Anthony Lopez. Batting 12th, designated hitter, number 17, JJ Merrick. Batting 13th, designated hitter, number 1, Calvin Arterberry. Assisting the game today are Bat Boys Cole Alvarez, Jack Miller, Ben Livingston, David Brennan, and Jack Carl, Bella Brennan, and Bailey Salentis. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem.
The umpires, Mark June Kiliani, Jack Walls, Kevin Addington, and Mike LeBoy. And throwing out the first pitch here today is going to be Val Kuamo'o. And he does it in his bare feet. as we are set for baseball here, a day at the Coliseum. It's game 1 of 3 as the A's take the field as they represent today's home team. And getting the start for the A's, it's going to be the right-hander, number 15, Ricky Clark. And it'll be Dane Goodman for the Mets to start things off. A fleet-footed center fielder, Josh Wedler, and Angelo Mendeblaze to follow. And the first pitch of the 2018 A Day at the Coliseum is a called strike, and this game is underway. Our first pitch at 9:04 p.m. Pacific Coast time. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Might have been a slider on the outside part. And quickly to the plate, and the fastball is high. Ricky Clark, a very hard-throwing right-hander, 2015 and 16 with the REBL American League Rays. Signed as a free agent by the Athletics prior to the 2017 season. This is his second year with the Athletics. He's the ace of their staff. Ricky is known as a high-heat pitcher with a great hook, and he played 4 years of baseball in one of my favorite towns, Calistoga. Here's a swing and a smash off the glove of the third baseman. It goes out into left field, and Dane Goodman is aboard with a leadoff single for the Mets. Our public address announcer is Dave Williams. There goes the runner down the second, and he's going to be in without a throw, so a stolen base for Goodman. Wendler at the plate out of Santa Rosa, California, and he grounds one in the hole, base hit left field. Here comes the runner around third. It was bobbled by the left fielder, but the runner never broke stride, and he will score. RBI single for Josh Wendler, and it is 1-0 Mets here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Angelo Mendeblaze, and he comes up empty-handed on the first offering. He, too, from Santa Rosa, California. Went to Elsie Allen High School, along with Josh Wendler. Here's a stolen base attempt, and the Mets are 2 for 2. Wide shot of the Oakland Coliseum, and after a quick pause, ready with the next pitch. And a swing and a foul at the plate on Angelo Mendeblaze. He liked to say hello to his wife, Marisol. Big-time A's fan, but he's donning the Mets uniform. A swing and a miss. They'll make the put-out at first base, and now the runner heading to third, and the throw is not in time. Heads-up base running by Josh Wendler. Out number 1, and now the cleanup hitter is Patrick Finney. Hails from St. Louis, Missouri, lives in Sebastopol, California, drafted in 2013 by the Mets, the REBL Mets, played baseball and soccer for Santa Rosa High School, along with his current teammate, Kurt Anderson. A graduate of the University of Oregon. He has a digital art major, and he skies one on the infield, and that's going to be caught by the starting pitcher, Clark, 2 down. That'll bring up Zach Mendeblaze. Wants to say hello to his son Grayson, wife Kelsey. Big Disney, Batman, and Star Wars fan. And here is a shot down the left field line, base hit. That's going to plate the second run of the inning. The throw comes back to second, holding Mendeblaze to an RBI single. And with lightning-like swiftness, the Mets have jumped out in front 2-0. That is hit number 3 for the Mets to start this game off against Clark. First pitch to Fantasia is a strike. Born in Washington, D.C., now lives in Rohnert Park, California. Former team captain of the One Hit Wonders, a semi-pro wiffle ball league team. And he hits one down the left field line. He hit it well. If you're wondering who all those players are, these are the players in the Oakland Athletics organization, as that swung on and missed, and the second strikeout for Clark, but he gives up 2 earned runs on 3 hits. We head to the home half, 2-0 Mets. This is a day at the Coliseum. All right, Kurt Anderson getting the start here, the southpawer for the Mets. Left-hander all the way, and he'll be facing Justin Pinocchio, who takes the first pitch high and tight, ball 1. 2-0 lead here for the Mets, as this one is skied out into left center field. It's a long run, but the catch is made by Goodman, and there's 1 down. And I'll bring up Nick Robertson. Kurt Anderson out of Santa Rosa, California. Of course, we mentioned the teammate of Patrick Finney, member of the Mets since 2004. He can count backwards from 200 to 100 in Spanish, but can't count from 100 or 1 to 100 in English without screaming every 12th number. Big Giants fan. He's on the mound here, facing the second hitter in the lineup in Nick Robertson. Third season for Robertson with the REBL Athletics, named to the 2016 and 2017 All-Star teams. A pretty good pitch right there, did not get the call. And again, he's close and didn't get the call again. Our 9 a.m. Game 1 start time, 9:04 officially. My name is Jeff Lowry with APNvideo.com. Here's the pitch from Anderson. And that one's hammered back up the middle and into center field. And so the A's have their first hit of the ball game, and it belongs to Nick Robertson as Ryan Patterson, the center fielder, steps to the plate. Rookie season in the REBL Athletics power hitter. Hit a grand slam in his first career REBL, the Redwood Empire Baseball League at bat. How about that? He takes ball 1. Mets 2, A's batting for the first time here in the home half of the first. And this one gets away from the catcher, and that will allow Robertson to move up 90 feet in the scoring position. High fly ball hit out in the right field, and it's playable, and the catch will be made. The throw comes back in quickly. Here's the runner from second, easily in at third on the fly out to right field. Taken care of by Tyler Bussey. And now you got the hard-hitting shortstop Albert Higgs. A multi-year most valuable player in the REBL, always in the top 5 in batting average and slugging percentage. He was drafted by the Detroit Tigers and was a Sacramento Rattlers starting QB for years, where they took several championships. He hammers one to center field, but coming on is Goodman. He's under it, makes the one-handed grab, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 left. 2-0 lead for the Mets as we go to the second.
0-1 count.
On Ben Goodhue, starting things off. Schaefer and Pearson to follow. That's outside a ball.
1-1.
Is the count on the leadoff hitter. Top of the second inning, the Mets got RBIs from Wendler and Zach Mendeblaze in the first inning to take a early 2-0 lead. We're in the top of the second. Mets batting, leading 2-0. You're watching a day at the Coliseum. Second inning of work for Clark. Grounded to Higgs. He's got it. High throw, and Miller corrals it for out number 1. So a nice job on both sides. I'll bring up catcher Travis Schaefer. Schaefer, another one out of Santa Rosa, California, grounds one to third, and the throw gets away from Miller. Schaefer's heading to second with all the foul territory room. He might make it to third. It's bobbled over there, and he's in easily. Not sure if that's going to be an error on the first baseman, or we'll wait for the official score here. as Schaefer is at third base, who studied engineering at Santa Rosa Junior College. Now David Pearson, starting shortstop out of Napa, Oregon, lives in Two Rock, California. And he hits one on the ground to the right side. This is going to produce the third run of the ball game for the Mets, and they lead 3-0. That'll be an RBI for Pearson. Play goes 4-3. Scoring is Schaefer. And now the pitcher, Kurt Anderson. Kirk Anderson with the walk-up music from Ted Nugent. He skies one out in the center field. This ball is playable, and Peterson's got it to retire the side. No runs, an unearned run, or one run. That's an unearned run coming across. Bottom half of the second, 3-0. Fly ball center field by Miller, and there's one down. Nice catch by Goodman out there. Apologize for getting back a little bit late. We owe you one. Brian Miller as Tony Corkill comes to the plate. Well, Brian Miller, a former MVP, and always says that he's fulfilling his dream of playing for the green and gold when he comes out here. Tony Corkill, born and raised, he too out of Santa Rosa, California. 16-year-old son, Andrew, played at Santa Rosa High School. He was on the Joe DiMaggio travel team. Currently plays fast pitch softball and Redwood Empire Baseball League. That is a foul ball. Good effort by Mendablaze in foul territory. On the Continental League Black Sox, diehard Giants fan. Baseball is his first love since 7 years of age. Cornerstone of his life. Honored and blessed to play America's pastime. He's just ripped one into center field. And Tony Corkill is on with the second hit of the ball game for the A's, who trail it 3-0 here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the manager, Bobby Salentis, starting catcher, who I had the honor of interviewing before the game. And, of course, he mentioned that he's a longtime Rickey Henderson fan of all the outstanding catchers that have come through here. Of course, he was too young to know Gene Tennis or Ray Fosse, but he mentioned Jason Kendall and Steinbach. Steinbach was the catcher on those great teams the A's had in the late 80s and the early 90s when they seemed to be in the playoffs year in and year out. That is a strike called on a good pitch. Second inning of work for Kurt Anderson, who's been staked to a 3-0 lead. Bobby rips one out in the center, but that one's going to hold up for Goodman, and there's 2 down. His second put out in this inning and his 4th of the day. Sean Mayall will bat. Grew up in North County, San Diego, played right field and was a starting pitcher for Carlsbad High. Another ball that gets away from the catcher. Quick throw down the second. Corkill is in. 3-0 Mets lead. They're in the field as the A's bat here in the bottom of the second. Mayhall went to Sonoma State as a pitcher and played a season before shoulder injuries. Came back his senior year to found the Sonoma State club team and played travel ball. So he's got a lot of baseball experience. He's up there with 2 out, runner at second, and his team down by 3. That's low, ball 4. So the tying run comes to the plate, and Cody Brannon. Brannon played with the REBL Athletics from 11 to 14, was with the Rays in 15, and has been with the A's, back with the A's since 2016, a diehard Oakland A's and Raiders fan. I'm sure he was heartbroken to find that they were selling out to Las Vegas. Here's a looper to the shortstop who makes the catch. Side retired. 2 in the books. It's all Mets. They lead 3-0. It's a day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League. Nick Rodkin will start it off. Coming up there to the tunes of the West Virginia University Mountaineer Marching Band. 2001 Space Odyssey. Out of Petaluma, California, lives in Oakland. Member of the REBL Mets since 2012. He went to Petaluma High School, graduated from UC Santa Cruz. Big-time Giants fan. Many feel that Nick is from the future as he skies one to left field. This ball's going to be caught. We'll talk more about him when he comes up again. There are rumors that he had something to do with Skynet and the Terminator. So we'll get to that later as Tyler dumps one to the second baseman. Corkill, off-balance throw, won't be in time, and that's going to be an infield hit. So Bussey with the fourth hit of the day for the Mets. Top of the third, they lead 3-0 as they bat. And here's Steve Coppy. And he swings at the first pitch, lines it to center, and a sprawling catch. Nice play. Out in center field by Peterson, and there's 2 down. Hang a star next to that one. We go back to the top of the order, and the man that got that 2-run top of the first inning going for the Mets, and Dane Goodman. Singled, stole a base, and scored, and he has made 4 putouts in center field so far through the first 2+ innings. There goes the runner. Pitch is taken low for a ball, and that's a successful steal. Chance to drive in another run here. Runner in scoring position. Big lead out there. And very wisely, Ricky Clark makes him get back to the bag. Corkill may want to cheat to that bag, maybe a little bit more, maybe put a play on here. Swing and a miss. First offering to Dane Goodman. The lead not quite as big as it was before the first pitch to Goodman. And here's a shot out into left field, and that one's dropping fast. This is going to produce the run as the throw comes in. It'll be cut off, and no play at second. The high throw cost him the extra base. Dane Goodman 2 for 2, and it's 4-0 Mets. So Tyler scores on the RBI single to left field by Dane Goodman, and here's Josh Wendler. Wendler an RBI single, stolen base, run scored in that 2-run second. Mets lead it 4-0 here in the top of the third. High fly ball, deep left field, hit well. That ball's rolling all the way to the fence. Bounces up there on one hop. Goodman scores on an RBI 2-out double by Josh Wendler, and it's 5-0 Mets. Back-to-back 2-out RBI hits. Now Angelo Mendeblaze, a strikeout victim his first time up. So Ricky Clark, who has made some quality pitches, is yet to walk a batter, as this one's popped up to the third baseman and the side is retired. But 2 runs come across on 3 hits. We go to the home half of the third. The Mets 5, the A's nothing. All right, Jeff Lowry back here from the Coliseum as Clark, first pitch hitting, bounces one back to Kurt Anderson, who's now in his 3rd inning as a starting pitcher for the Mets. So Ricky Clark retired 1-3, and that'll bring up Anthony Lopez. 3rd season for Anthony with the Athletics. That's inside ball 1. Big Oakland A's fan, also likes the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm starting to second-guess Anthony Lopez's taste in professional teams. Works casino security with teammates Bobby Salentis and Tony Corkill. Also enjoys golf and fantasy sports. Anthony, I'm sorry I doubted you on your taste. I take it back after reading that quick bio on you. Now, he's an outstanding player, and he's up there ready to take his hacks lefty versus lefty on Kurt Anderson. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and down he goes. Two down. I'll bring up J.J. Merrick. So Anderson, 2 2/3 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. Merrick first pitch swinging, foul ball. JJ, a longtime REBL player, former MVP, a power hitter. He grounds one to shortstop, and this is going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Kurt Anderson and the Mets. We go to the top of the fourth inning. It's the Mets 5 and the A's nothing. This is a day at the Coliseum on apnvideo.com. Well, Ricky Clark went the first 3 and gives up 5 runs. They were all earned except for 1. He struck out 2 and did not issue a walk. He gave up a total of 6 hits and now will give way to the man who played the first 3 innings at shortstop, Albert Higgs. Mets got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 more in the third. We go to the top of the fourth inning. The Mets 5, the A's nothing. Finney looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 1, starting third baseman. And he slaps one towards the shortstop. And the A's shortstop makes the play. And Patrick Finney is out number 1. Interesting note on Finney that apparently a University of Oregon graduate, digital art major, where he tutored both LaMichael James and LeGarrette Blount. Next up is Zach Mendeblaze, and he hits this one off the pitcher's mound, fielded by Higgs, takes his time, and throws him out at first. Nice job. Took his time. This guy's an outstanding athlete, no doubt about it. And that'll bring up, for the second time, Chris Fantasia. Big-time Red Sox fan, and he goes after the first pitch. Ground ball short. Here's a charging shortstop throwing. And how about Higgs? A 3-up, 3-down inning. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, it's still the Mets 5. It's the A's nothing. Well, we go now to the bottom half of the fourth inning. And a very good inning on the mound by Albert Higgs. Finally throwing up a goose egg after the Mets scored at least 1 through the first 3 innings. And now it'll be Calvin Arterberry, who played 6 years in the West County Little League, swing and a miss. Played 3 years at El Molino High School and has been coaching at El Molino. This is his rookie season in the league. Ground ball right side. The second baseman has it. Even though Calvin Arterberry was hustling down the line, he's going to be thrown out 4-3. Here's a swing and a base hit up the middle by Justin Panaccio. Only the third hit for the A's in this game. Second time, let's see, yeah, second time up now for Nick Robertson. High fly ball, center field, Goodman is there. And that's going to be the second out here in the fourth. That is the 5th put out by Goodman in center field. First pitch hitting, and that's a base hit in the right field. Ryan Peterson heading to second. The ball gets away from the right fielder. The run will score, and the A's are on the board. There'll be a single, an error on the right fielder. And Justin scores to give the A's their first run of the ball game, and that keeps the inning alive with 2 out for Albert Higgs. He grounds one down to third. It's knocked down. Good job. The throw across, and it's scooped out by Mendeblaze. Are you kidding me? What a tremendous play, and that might have saved a run. It would have saved a run, and it ends the inning. 5-3 on the putout. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 5-1 Mets. Well, the top of the 5th inning totals have the Mets 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They've stranded 2. The A's 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, and they've stranded 4. Second inning of work for Albert Higgs, who had a perfect 4th inning. Faced the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Mets lineup and set them down in order, and now going up against Ben Goodhue. general manager of a competitive independent league baseball team and brief owner of a cadaver's ACL, which promptly tore for the second time in 12 months. But he's a big A's fan, and he's out here right now. He hits one towards the shortstop, and that's going to be an easy play. And 4 up, 4 down against Albert Higgs, 1 out. So Panaccio doing a fine job down there at shortstop. Had the start at third base, but now has moved to shortstop. And now Travis Schaefer, who reached on an error and scored back in the second inning. Top of the 5th inning, Mets batting, leading it by a score of 5-1. It's a day at the Coliseum in the Redwood Empire Baseball League, a member of the Men's Senior Baseball League. And just a reminder that APN is the official sponsor, official videographer of the Men's Senior Baseball League World Series in Phoenix in October and early November. If you got a team coming down, give us a call. Reserve your game early. We got pricing that can make it extremely affordable for everyone. Go to our website at apnvideo.com. So Travis Schaefer up there. Full count to him. Went to Montgomery High School where he played baseball. Avid Frisbee golfer. I saw that game for the first time when I was back east. Now David Pearson after the walk. First batter that Higgs has given up here, and the 1st and 5 after setting down the first 4 that he has faced. And here's David Pearson, who drove in a run with a ground out to second. Mets lead at 5-1. They're in the field as the A's bat. That is swung on and fouled. Or I should say, excuse me, the A's are in the field. The Mets are at the plate. Quick snap throw down by the catcher. Well, Peterson has went from center field to first base. Pearson trying to get the run back that the Mets gave up in the bottom half of the 4th, and that is a swing and a foul, and they got a piece of Tony Corkill. Got him right in the face mask. And without a doubt, that's going to rattle anybody. As the right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, 2 strikes on David Pearson. Higgs giving his catcher a chance to settle back in. Corkill kneels down, awaits the 2-strike pitch to David Pearson here in the top of the 5th, but first a throw over to first. It's a pretty good lead by Travis Schaefer, even though he's a catcher. He's got some wheels. And here's a swing and a fly ball to right field, and that ball is going to be caught. Well, nice running catch out there in right field by the A's. And turned in by number 10, Sean Mayall. 2 down, runner at first for Kurt Anderson, who swung at the first pitch offering back in the 2nd inning when he flied out to center field. Mets lead 5-1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Good pitch. Anderson, the starting pitcher. Three shutout innings. Big-time Giants fan here out of Santa Rosa High School. Still lives in Santa Rosa. Higgs to the plate, who has set down 5 of the first 6. And here's a line shot out into right field, dropping fast, and that's a base hit. And the throw goes to third, and they almost had him. We talked about Ned Rockin his first time up, and the rumor has it that he is probably from the future, as when he joined the team, he only spoke in a voice that sounded vaguely futuristic and robotic. He also has the word Skynet tattooed on his shoulder blade. Here's a pickoff, and they got him. Higgs and company, that'll retire the side. Halfway through game one of a day at the Coliseum, as you look at our umpiring crew out there, Mark Giunciliani, Jack Walls, Kevin Addington, Mike LeBoy, they all do an outstanding job. It's a day at the Coliseum on APN Video Sports. Well, another inning here for Kirk Anderson. He's pitched extremely well. He has scattered 4 hits and 1 run. It was an earned, well, let's see, was that an earned run? I don't think it was an earned run. It was not an earned run in the 4th inning as we go now to the bottom half, and here's a swing and a fly ball out in the center right field, and that ball is going to be caught for out number 1 off the bat of Brian Miller, former MVP.
Now batting, number 12, Tony.
Interesting on Brian Miller, he was once named Pitcher of the Year for the Montgomery High School team in Santa Rosa, California. Reigning MVP from last year's Coliseum game. And a former league MVP. Now Tony Corkill. Corkill had a base hit back in the 2nd. It is 5-1 in favor of the Mets. They're in the field against the 5th inning of work for Kurt Anderson. Kirk started the game for the Mets. Corkill a single, his only time up in the 2nd inning. And he just drew a walk, and he has been on base both times, and now Bobby Salentis. First pitch to Bobby in there for a called strike. Two strikes on Bobby. Flied out to center field, his only time up. Good eye. Fastball tailing high and away from the right-handed hitting catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the manager of the A's. And this one off the glove, and that'll even the count at 2-2. More importantly, puts Corkill in scoring position for the A's. And that's high. They've run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yes, we are playing with the aluminum bats. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Mets 5, A's 1. 1 out runner at 2nd, and Bobby works it after falling down 0-1. Back-to-back walks by Kirk Anderson. And now Sean Mayall, who walked back in the 2nd inning. He swings and fouls it out of play, and it's 0-1. Three walks issued by Anderson. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Could be 2. They'll go 2nd 1, throw it on to first. Not in time. Good hustle by Sean down the line at first base. Cody Brandon takes strike 1. Fouled off quickly, 0-2 the count on the right-handed hitter. Well, that'll retire the side as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. The Mets lead it and have from the get-go, and they currently lead it 5-1. This is a day at the Coliseum on APN.
Now pitching, Michael Robertson.
Number 10, Nick Rodkin.
Nick Rodkin will be the batter. He was at the plate in the top of the 6th inning when Travis Schaefer got picked off at first base. So 5 very strong innings. I'm sorry, 2 very strong innings by Albert Higgs. as the Mets bat here in the top of the 6th inning, but this is the third pitcher used by the A's. After Ricky Clark started, he went 3 innings and gave up 5 runs, 4 earned. That's a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball on the outside part. And a swing and a miss. 2 strikes on Rodkin. And the new pitcher is Michael Robertson, only pitching in relief. He is the father of Nick Robertson. And a high towering fly ball, shallow left, and the play is going to be made for out number 1.
Now batting, number 19, Tyler Bussey.
Here's Tyler Bussey, lives in Lucky Landing, California. Joined the Mets in 2014, graduate of Sonoma State as a sculpture major. Meditates 4 times a day while listening to Korn's greatest hits. Practicing as an Episcopalian pastor, but he himself is an atheist because he doesn't get what all the fuss is all about. Says he is also a true Dodger fan. Left-handed hitter. Tyler Bussey at the plate, and he slaps one down the line, but foul. Had the right idea. We're in the top of the 6th inning. And that one is fisted to third. That's a tough play. I don't think he got a chance with his speed. And that's an infield hit.
Number 52, Stephen Hoppy.
Stephen Coppy, he was robbed on a fine play in left field. He's 0 for 1, and he takes a strike. Mets batting here in the top of the 6th inning, and they lead it 5-1. 5 runs on 8 hits. The A's have mustered a run on 4 hits. It's game 1 of 3, a day at the Coliseum. This one-day event. Special thanks to Kenton Lewis for setting everything up. Another outstanding job. Let's see if the shortstop can make the play. He does. Miller with a nice scoop at first base. On the low throw by Ricky Clark. Excellent play by the A's first baseman, Brian Miller. Dane Goodman is 2 for 2. And has made 5 putouts out in center field through the first 5+ innings. We're in the top of the 6th. Mets batting, and they lead it by a score of 5-1. And there goes the runner, and he's going to be in an easy stolen base without a throw, as Bobby Salinas is now playing third base. And Michael Robertson, name and lights. That is the 4th stolen base of the day by the Mets offense. And a swing and a miss. Good sinking action by Michael Robertson. And he skies one. The next pitch to center field, and it's going to be caught by Mayall to retire the side. Good inning for Michael Robertson with son Nick behind the plate. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The A's have thrown 3 shutout innings in a row. Now the A's offense needs to get it going. A day at the Coliseum. It's a 5-1 lead. A's bat here, trailing by 4. Well, Nick Anderson's out there for inning number 6 and facing his counterpart, starting pitcher for the A's, and Ricky Clark. Clark sends a drive into center field, and this is going to be played by the outstanding center fielder Dane Goodman, out number 1. Well, Goodman has been sensational out in center field here this morning from the Coliseum. That'll bring up Anthony Lopez. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 on the talented left-hand hitter. 5-1 in favor of the Mets here as the A's bat in the home half of inning number 6. Stay with us at the conclusion of this game as that one missed high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kenton Lewis, the organizer of this outstanding event, will be presenting the Most Valuable Player trophy and interviewing the MVP of this game. Strike called on a pitch that had Lopez backpedaling, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I'll tell you what, Kirk Anderson might very well be the MVP. If the game was to finish right now, 2-2 is the count. He has pitched to Jim, no doubt about it, and now leaves that one high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With the catching. Pitch. He struck him out swinging, and that is the second time Anthony has went down on strikes. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the A's, and the veteran J.J. Merritt. Merrick takes a strike. He's been playing in this game as long as I can remember. And he slaps one to the shortstop, who fields on the short hop. The throw on to first is in time, and that'll retire the side. So a good job by the Mets shortstop. Merrick retired. 7th inning action coming up. It's the Mets 5 and the A's 1. Get a wide shot of Oakland Alameda Coliseum, which opened in 1968. And yes, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary here in 2018. First batter in the top of the inning for the Mets, grounding one to the shortstop. And on a bang-bang play, he's going to be thrown out for out number 1. So an excellent job by the A's shortstop. Josh Wendler, who has some pretty good wheels, was getting down the line quickly and was thrown out by a half a step. And now Angelo looking for his first hit, and he takes low for ball 1. Top of the 7th, Mets 5, the A's 1. And here's a seeing eye base hit up the middle. And really no chance for Arterberry, who is now at second. The shortstop is Clark. You still got Miller at first base, Salentis at third. It looks like Lopez in left field. Merrick is in right field, and we're going to verify this. Mayall is in center field right now for the Athletics. So here's Patrick Finney looking for his first hit, and he grounds one deep in the hole, off the glove of Salentis. Here's the strong throw to first by the shortstop and Clark, but it's not in time, and back-to-back hits here for the Mets, who already lead 5-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Zach Mendablaze, and he takes ball 1. 5 runs on 10 hits for the Mets, and they lead at 5-1 here in the top of the 7th. That's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And with the wild pitch, the runners will move up to second and third. Second inning of work for Michael Robertson. Mendablaze, big, strong right-hand hitter. Plays a pretty good first base. Trying to add on to a 4-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And he wallops one out into left field. Long run and a nice catch. That is out number 2, and that's a big-time play out there by number 41, Anthony Lopez. So the next batter is going to be Chris Fantasia, looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 2. Here in the top of the 7th inning, the Mets 5, the A's 1. A day at the Coliseum brought to you by Kenton Lewis and the Redwood Empire Baseball League. This is the MSBL. Men's Senior Baseball League. Michael Robertson trying to get out of a second and third jam with 2 men out, with his son behind the plate in Nick Robertson. I think we've got another father-son combo playing. I believe it is in Game 3. Central Coast Tigers have a father-son duo, and I know the father's a pitcher, and I think they both pitch. So it'll be interesting to see if we have another battery mates that are father-son, another chopper foul. Fantasia, we mentioned, out of Washington, D.C., says his favorite food is lasagna. Here's a ball rifled down to Salentis, has to throw from his knees. No chance. That's an infield hit. It will be an RBI for Chris, and the lead is extended to 5 at 6-1. This matches the Mets' largest lead of the game. First and third, 2 out. And here's Goodhue, who fouls it off. That stolen base will be wiped off the board. 6 runs on, I've got 11 hits. And that ball hit him, and the bases are loaded. So Ben heads down after being hit by a pitch. Bases loaded, 2 out. And here's the catcher, Travis Schaefer. With the score 6-1 in favor of the Mets, and they are looking to blow this game wide open against Michael Robertson and the Redwood Empire Athletics. Strike called. Good pitch that time by Robertson. Been trying to work him away. He does here and bounces it up there. There's the bases loaded.
2-1.
Is the count on Schaefer, and a swing and a miss, a ball that was clearly out of the strike zone, and Schaefer went swinging. Maybe tried to pull that ball, and now he'll get a little closer to home plate, and let's see if Robertson tries to run one in on the hands, but there is nowhere to put the hitter with the bases loaded and 2 out. And that one's popped fouling out of play, and obviously Schaefer in defensive mode there. 2 balls, 2 strikes with the bases loaded, a run in. And it's grounded foul. With the Mets at the plate here in the top of the 7th inning, leading it 6-1. They've led by as many as 5 on 2 occasions. And a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Will this end the inning? It's going to be fumbled. That'll be an error. Here comes the throw to the plate, and 2 runs are going to score. Heads up base running that time by Chris Fantasia. Ricky Clark not happy with himself, and obviously you make a big investment to play in this game, and then it almost magnifies any mistake that you might make out there, though you got to shake it off and enjoy the day. So now it is 8-1. The Mets have put 3 runs up on the board here in the top of the 7th inning. First and second occupied, and the batter is going to be David Pearson. Pearson is 0 for 2. He's driven in a run. And he hammers one to left field, base hit. Here comes the runner around third. We may have a play at the plate. It's going to be cut off, and it's 9-1 in favor of the Mets. So Pearson with his 2nd RBI of the day. There was a throwing error on the play, making it 2nd and 3rd, and now the batter is starting pitcher Kurt Anderson. Kirk is 1 for 2. He had a base hit his last time up back in the 5th. 4 runs have come across here in the top of the 7th as the Mets have blown it wide open to a tune of 9-1. Salentis on the pop-up behind third, and mercifully this inning is over. But they get 4 runs. We go to the 7th inning stretch. The Mets 9, the A's 1. Well, this might be an event record for the longest outing by a starting pitcher. Kirk Anderson is now in his 7th inning of work. Tailing fastball to Arterberry is in there for a called strike, 0-1. He'll be followed by Panaccio. And then Nick Robertson. Here's a ball hit out into right field and a base hit. And the crowd is on their feet as Arterberry reaches on a single and he acknowledges the masses, a standing ovation. Hit number 5 for the A's. Leadoff hitter is aboard. And now Panaccio, and he grounds one to the right side. Nice play. No, stumbling. Throw to first, not in time. All hands are safe. That'll go down as a fielder's choice. First and second occupied. 9-1 Mets lead it here after scoring 4 in the top of the 7th inning. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The A's have the first 2 batters aboard for Nick Robertson, who is singled and flied to center field. That's taken low for a ball. So Kirk Anderson in his 7th inning of work has given up a base hit and then a fielder's choice. And this one is hammered fair down the third base line. Salentis is waving around Arterberry. He's coming to the plate. Here's the relay home. It's not in time. Nick Robertson with an RBI double. And the A's have their second run up on the board, but still trail by 7. Ryan Peterson is 1 for 2, left-handed hitter. He'll take under the knees, a fastball, ball 1. And you start to wonder if maybe Kirk Anderson is starting to tire just a bit. He did not get that call, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Peterson's single came back in the 4th inning. And he pulled the string on him that time, and it's 2 strikes on the left-handed hitter who started the game in center field. And that one is high and tight, full count. The 90th pitch coming up, 53 fastballs, 38 out of the strike zone, and now ball 4 and the bases are loaded. And now you got Albert Higgs, and this guy can put this team right back in the ball game, even though they're down by 7 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. But this is a guy that can easily clear the bases and put this A's team right back in the game. There is still nobody out. A run is in. Higgs takes a strike, and that evens it at 1-1. He didn't like the call. Off the plate. Anderson winds, kicks, and deals. And that one is low. Nowhere to put him. Albert is 0 for 2, but he's in the driver's seat here. The 3-1 with the bases loaded. And he pops it up on the infield. The third baseman drifting back, and he'll make the play. That is the first out for the Mets defense here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Brian Miller, dangerous hitter. He had a good cut at a high pitch, and it's 0-1. Brian has flied to center. He has flied to right. And he gets jammed on this one and loops it to the second baseman who's got it. So Goodhue taking care of business. That was a great pitch on Brian Miller. It just jammed him. So with 2 out, it's up to Tony Cargill. That one is out of play, 0-1. Six hits in total now for the A's. Ground ball down the first. And Corkill finds himself down, no balls and 2 strikes. Base is loaded, 2 out. Pitch. A pop-up in the shallow center field. Here's a long run by Goodman. He'll make the basket catch. In shallow right center field, he saves 2 runs. It will end the inning. And we head to the 8th. The Mets lead by 7. New pitcher on the mound for the A's, and it's going to be big number 88 here. And Cody Brannon. You could probably close the book out on Kirk Anderson. I doubt he will come back, but he had a sensational day out there in the field and on the hump. So Cody Brannon against Nick Rodkin. Squib foul, a couple of strikes on the Mets' third baseman. And bouncing that one up there. Brannon, probably one of the quickest workers I think you will ever see, major league or not. He's run the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on the 0 for 2 Nick Rodkin. We're in the top of the 8th, and that's inside ball 4, and the Mets have their leadoff hitter aboard. Well, with the 9 runs, you would think that they had had the leadoff hitter aboard on a many occasion, but that is only the 2nd time in the game. Tyler Bussey has singled twice. He has scored a run. He's also got a couple of stolen bases when he has gotten on base. 9-2 Mets as they bat here in the top of the 8th inning. This is a spray hitter. We've seen him go opposite field. He's got the ability to go up the middle and pull the ball, and he just got hit by a pitch, I thought. And now the home plate umpire saying no, it was just inside. That'll be a wild pitch on Brannon. And a swing and a miss, and down goes Tyler Bussey. Good sinking action on that fastball. So Brannon has his first. And the next batter is Coppy, who lines one out into right center, and that's dropping in for a hit. The center fielder gets it back in quickly, and runners are at first and third. That is the 13th hit of the day for the Mets. We go back to Dane Goodman, and that first pitch goes behind the hitter. And this one getting off the glove of the catcher. That's out of play. Dane Goodman has singled twice, scored twice, driven in a run. He's 2 for 3 at the plate, the leadoff hitter for the Mets here, managed by Dave Williams. And that is low ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk issued by Bannon, and here's Josh Wendler. Wendler takes ball 1. One ball and no strikes on Josh. RBI single in the first. RBI double in the third. He's grounded to shortstop. He has scored a run. He's driven in 2. He bounces it to the shortstop where Higgs got it. And the throw to first in time. And now they throw to third. And that is that. I'm not sure what happened there. Well, the batter, Wendler, is out 6-3. It is 10-2 as the run scores. Give Wendler an RBI. Here's a ball that gets away from the catcher, but the runner gets back. So runners are at second and third. It is 10-2 Mets, and the batter is Angelo Mendeblaze, who had a single and a run scored his last time up and is 1 for 3. And this one is knocked out into left field. 1 run is going to score on the hit. 2 runs are going to score. Angelo Mendeblaze with a 2-run single. And the rout continues. It is now a 3-run inning, and it's 12-2. Patrick Finney, an RBI, or I should say a base hit. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit and a run scored in the 7th inning. Quick throw down the first. Runner is back in. Nice job by Corkill. Well, it's been a tough inning for Brannon, and he has just walked the 3rd batter since coming in. A 3-run top of the 8th inning for the Mets, and they lead at 12-2. First pitch outside to Zach Mendeblaze, who had an RBI single in the first and is 1 for 3.
Pitch.
And that one bounces away with a run. Nope, they're going to hold him up. 2nd and 3rd. Mendeblaze ought to get a good pitch here. Well, that one stays outside. So Brannon struggling here in the top of the 8th inning. You're watching A Day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League. Mendeblaze, green light all the way in this exhibition game. The first of 3. We've seen a few guys go swinging on 3-0 inside ball 4. So the bases are loaded as the inning is extended for Chris Fantasia. And that one sent Fantasia to the dirt here at the Oakland Coliseum, ball 1. 2 down, bases loaded, 3 runs in. Swing and a miss, and the count is even on Chris at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we were told, I'm trying to figure out who the catcher is, that Bobby Salentis is back in at catcher, but if so, he's got a different uniform. That's a swing and a miss. Good pitch by Brannon as he strikes him out with the bases loaded. 3 runs come across. It's a 10-run advantage. Kurt Anderson, there's the pitching line. 100 pitches, 60 strikes, 40 balls. And now it will be the right-hander moving from second base to the mound, and Ben Goodhue. First batter is Salentis, so that wasn't Salentis catching. So he grounds out to the right side, and Bobby is retired. 1 down. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Goodhue. And the next batter is Sean Mayall, who has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. His team trails 12-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mets have scored 7 times over the last 2 innings. That's pop foul and out of play. Sean looking for his first hit, and he rips one out into left center field, base hit. Quickly over to get that ball is Goodman, and his throw will hold Sean Mayall to a long single, but he hit that one with some authority, and now Cody Brannon. 0-2 is the count on Cody Brannon, looking for his first hit of the game. Bottom half of the 8th inning, a 12-2 ball game. That one is off the fist, foul back and out of play, and another 2-strike count coming up to Cody Brannon, the pitch. And he's hanging tough. Bottom of the 8th. Line drive, and this is going to find left field, a base hit. So they're at first and second on back-to-back hits. That is the 8th hit of the day for the A's, but they trail by 10. And now Ricky Clark inside, ball one. And this one's going to skip away from the catcher, and now the runners are at second and third. Ricky Clark has bounced out to the pitcher. He has flied to center field against new pitcher Goodhue. And a chopper to the shortstop. This should score the run. The throw to first, scooped out nicely by Mendeblaze. It'll be an RBI for Ricky Clark. 6-3 on the ground out. Runner moves up to third, and it's 12-3. Anthony Lopez looking for his first hit of the ball game, the hard-hitting left-hand hitter. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Goodhue delivers, and it's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Good pitch. Movement on that pitch over the inner half of the plate. The pitch to Lopez from Goodhue. And he towers this one, foul territory, but it's going to land safely right in front of the first base dugout. Here's the 2-strike pitch. He swings and he misses. He went after the high heat, and the side is retired. They get one, and we go to the 9th. It's a 9-run Mets lead. You're watching a day at the Coliseum. Tony Salinas is back in the game. Justin Pinocchio is going to be the new pitcher here for the A's and trying to shut down this Mets offense that has produced 12 runs here today on the strength of 13 base hits. Check that, 14 base hits. And Ben Goodhue will lead things off. Grounded foul. Ben Goodhue was hit by a pitch, came around to score in the 7th. He's 0 for 2. Slider outside, down and away. The right-hander sights a sign. Let's see if they jam him on this pitch. And he missed low. Mets batting here in the top of the 9th inning, leading at 12-3. And that one is fouled straight back. So Goodhue hanging tough at the plate. And that one just off the outside part. So the first inning of work for Justin, who's in his rookie season in the REBL. Big pitch. And that one is out of play. And actually that ball was caught by Miller. We got fooled as well as Goodhue. Goodhue looked back, thought it was a foul ball, and it went right over to Miller, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Sorry about that. I think that's the first time I've ever been fooled by the hitter. He thought it was out of play, and it was just foul off the first baseline and taken care of by the talented first baseman for the A's, Brian Miller. So I'll bring up Travis Schaefer. Schaefer has reached on an error on 2 occasions. He has walked. He has scored a run. Going up against Justin Panaccio here in the top of the 9th inning. Mets lead at 12-3. I think right now, if you had to pick a most valuable player, I think Kirk Anderson, the starting pitcher, 7 innings of 2-run baseball. That's a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Justin, his first, in his first inning of work, and now Pearson bats, and he takes high and tight, ball 1. Pearson is 1 for 3, but he has had 2 RBI at bats in the game. That's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bobby Salentis back behind the plate. And off the trademark, ground ball third. Nice job cutting it off. Throw to first in time. And a fine defensive play by Mayall. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. It's all Mets. They lead at 12-3 on APNvideo.com. And Tyler Bussey is going to wrap things up here for the Mets. Bussey is the 3rd pitcher used here today by Dave Williams, the manager of the Mets. J.J. Merrick Merrick, who allegedly went to Aptos High and dropped out in the 10th grade to follow his dream of becoming a full-time carny. That's where he met his bandmates. Things just took off from there. They now jam Whitesnake covers. Hits twice a week at Bob's Bowl and Burger in Weed, California. And when not jamming, he likes to take long walks on the beach with hot yoga, grounding out to third base. If he can beat it out, and they're going to say he's out. That was a close play down there. He liked to say shout-outs to his bandmates, Flair, Scoots, Torch, and Ernest. So JJ retired, going up against Tyler Bussey in his first inning of work, and here's Calvin Arterberry, who had a base hit. He's 1 for 2, a single to right field, and came around to score in the 7th inning. And for Calvin, this is his rookie season in the REBL. Stay with us. At the conclusion of this game, Kent Lewis will have an interview with our most valuable player. And right now, I'm leaning towards Kirk Anderson, or the center fielder. Obviously, Dane Goodman, who's had a walk, 3 runs, scored 2 hits, an RBI, and 6 putouts in center field. That's a swing and a miss. And the Mets and Tyler Bussey 1 out away from winning Game 1 of the 2018 day at the Coliseum. Now Panaccio, the final hope. And he rips one foul, and he's quickly down. No balls and 2 strikes. The Mets not only 1 out away, but 1 strike away from capturing Game 1. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and a bouncing ball up the middle, and Justin is going to be aboard with an infield hit. Good try by the shortstop Pearson. That'll bring up Nick Robertson, last hope. 2 for 3, a double RBI his last time up. And he takes outside as he crouches the plate. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI for the second place hitter in the lineup for the Athletics and Bobby Salentis' team. Bussey misses 2 balls and no strikes outside. Mets lead 12-3. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. A's final hope. 2 out, runner at first. It will take a 2-out, 9-run rally just to tie the game. They got a runner at first base. And it's popped up, foul territory, out of play. 2-1. Here's the pitch. And a high fly ball out in the shallow center field, a long run, and it's dropping in. And Nick Robertson has his 3rd hit of the ball game. Now Ryan Peterson to try to keep it going here. 1st and 2nd. Runner going to 3rd, and he pops it up, and this is going to be out of play. Well, down by 9, and the runner at 2nd was taken off. And Peterson skies one out in the center field. There's Goodman. He'll make the catch. And Game 1 of the 2018 Day at the Coliseum event belongs to the Redwood Empire Baseball League's Mets. And the final score here, 12-3. 12-13-3 for the Mets. 3 runs, 10 hits, and a few errors there for the A's. Let's send it downstairs to Kenton Lewis.
Kurt, yes.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You're the MVP for Game 1 of the 2018 Day at the Coliseum.
Thank you.
So tell me, how does it feel? What was the greatest time that was spent out there? What did you like about it?
Well, I had a good game, but not without my defense. It wouldn't have happened. Just, you know, it's nice being out in the A's Oakland Coliseum. Could pitch on that great mound out there, and you know, can't ask for a better day.
Fantastic, man. Well, hey, congratulations. It's hard to do that. 7 innings.
Yeah, thank
you. Pro
you.
Ballpark. Congratulations,
thank you.
man.
Appreciate it.
Good job. All right, so honorable mention, MVP, Calvin. You had that great hit. It must have felt really good. Tell us about it.
It's my first hit of the season. I was just trying to get on base any way I could, so I did, and I scored right after that.
Well, Calvin, congratulations, man. It was great to have you out here and see you play in a pro ballpark. How'd it feel?
It felt freaking amazing. I'm so happy I got to enjoy this great experience with my teammates.
That's so great, man. Well, again, congratulations for honorable mention MVP, buddy.
Thank you.
Take care, man.
You too.
All right.